Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Hello, early learners, and welcome back to the art room. This week we've been talking about Sonia Delany, and she was a Russian artist married to another artist, and she had started out by making that quilt for her baby using designs she'd seen on fabric in the homes of peasant people in Russia. And then she went to live with that very rich uncle and aunt who took care of her and took her to all the museums, and she saw more beautiful things, and she kept adding whatever she saw. She added to her artwork and her ideas. And every time you go out in the world, if you look at things and think, oh, I could draw that, or I could paint that, or let me remember how that sounded, and you will get your mind to be full of rich artistic things, which makes us all a rounded kind of personality. Boys and girls, you might see and remember that the balloons and the celebration is because this is our last week together until after school starts again. So I'm glad you're here this week, and we are enjoying Sonia Delany's artwork, and we're doing all of the things that she used circles for. I even wore a circle skirt today so that you could see I was celebrating her, and it's in concentric circles, out, 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 different designs. And today we're going to paint. First we did oil pastels on Monday, we did chalk pastels on Tuesday, and now today that it's Wednesday, we're going to be painting with tempera paint. And I told you I don't really like to use just the colors straight out of the container. I like to mix them together and make tints by adding color onto some white. And I could mix it right on my paper in the circles if I want. And I'm showing you I have all my watercolor brushes that I'm going to use because they come in different sizes, and I put water in all of them. Like this one's a very thick brush and flat. This one's a round pointy one, and this one is another round pointy one, just a little bigger than that one. And I'll set them over here because I'm first going to draw my circles so that I can paint them in. So let me set this in the pointer stick aside and pick up the table. And you'll see I have my collection of all of my circles, and I also have waiting in the wings my compass if I want to make something giant. Because what we're going to do is talk about this print. And this print has 1, 2, 3 circles in a straight line, and it has it divided with a straight line almost to the tippy top. And that she usually did lines through the circles I told you. So what we'll do is keep this here. And I have I could just use my little one. I made a little one when I was running off the directions that I wanted to remember what to bring. So I'll just leave that one there. If I need this one, I will bring it out. All right, so first comes the drawing part. So let me use this. And I'm using a skinnier black pen because I thought the black showed up a lot on the other pieces, and I want it to be a little smaller. I'm dumping those out because remember I told you it's much easier to start with the biggest circle and go down. And the outline of it, there's a couple of circles that do in a half circle way. Oh, I better do the straight line down the middle first because that's where it's going. Straight down the middle with the line. And I put the pen up against the ruler and push down a little harder. I tested out this pen and it looks like it's kind of drying out. I have another one here. Let's see. I think I might not have clicked it. Remember when you are using the pens, you have to hear the snap of the lid or they dry out. And on these permanent pens, it's not easy to bring them back to life. The watercolor ones, you usually can bring it back to life by dipping it in water for a minute. Or you can even make watercolors with a worn out pen. You can put the pen into a jar of water and have the water make the ink come out of the pen, and you can use it that way. So here's my gigantic circle, and I'm going to put a smaller one inside it and go around it. And I'll go into a smaller one, all the way down to the smallest one I have. I had to move to my pencil, boys and girls, because my pen seemed too dried out and it didn't look like it was going to make a big enough line for me to follow. And then I'll start a smaller one down here. I'm pretending it's kind of like those electric prisms of the lights in Paris. I think I made too many circles that are the same size. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can just do it freehand and just make a circle around there. It'll be good enough. And then outside they have some circles that go just to the edge. So I'll do that from that edge to that edge. I'll move it over. And you can use your paints, and if you don't have paints, you know what you can do. Use any of your other coloring tools. That's enough lines, I think, to start. And they say Sonia Delany didn't like to put the same colors next to each other, otherwise it ended up just looking like one circle around that area. I'm going to start out with color. I think I'll put like a sunny color in the middle. So I'll put yellow here, go to the edge and kind of keep it there. I can fill that in nicely, and I'll use my yellow somewhere else, maybe right here. So I don't have to wash my brush in between each one. I can just paint and fix it up to there. But if I wanted to make like a yellow-green, I could mix that in my lid, mostly yellow and a dot of green. When you're mixing the colors, start with the lighter color and mix in the darker hue after, because otherwise you can't make it lighter very easily. I think I'll put the green next to that yellow because they're analogous colors. Do you remember what analogous is? Right next to each other on the color line. There we go. Circling it in. Since I didn't draw the line, I have to kind of guess how far away from it is. I think I'll do this one and keep it. Oops, I went too far, but I can cover over that with a darker one maybe. Or maybe I'll mix a blue and a green together and make them be the analogous color on this opposite side. Still staying close to the line. I don't know if you can paint more carefully than I am. It seems like I keep bumping into things. Oh, there, I'll put that blue and green together and make kind of a, ooh, it looks like mud to me. Maybe I'll put some white in there. Ooh, it looks like a forest color. I'm not sure I love it. Maybe I'll put it on a small place and see if I do like it. Oh, it's okay. It's an okay color. I don't think there are any bad colors, but does it look good with what I'm working on is what I'm wondering. Okay, I think I'll get a smaller brush, put this in the water. Maybe a smaller brush will let me get up closer to things. I'm going to put some red next to this yellow. And I will go back and get a little orange because remember I told you I like it to be a mix so it doesn't look just like the color right out of the bottle. And red and orange are next to each other on the color wheel. And orange and yellow are next to each other on the color wheel. Put orange in this one, just go up next to the edge. And if I put my hand on my paper like this, and it steadies my hand a little bit more, because when you have your hand up like this, you can't really steady it. But if you have it, you anchor it to your paper, and you can set it down and push and pull. And I can move my brush this way to get it next to the line. And if you make it next to the line when you make the curve, stays pretty good. And if you mix in with another color next to it, especially if it's on the color wheel next to it, analogous, it doesn't look so bad if you just blend it into your space. That's kind of what I'm thinking I'm doing. Get close to it and stop. I'll dip in, get a little bit more right here because my brush started to get a little dry, and I do like it to be a solid color. That looks pretty good. I think I'll still use orange and maybe put it in this one. Maybe next door to this. Are you painting along with me, or are you just thinking about, oh, I'm going to remember to do that orange next to the green. It looks like an orange tree. Maybe the tree is green and the leaves are green and the fruit is orangey. You can figure out what your favorite color combinations are. I know sometimes when I work on things, I think, oh, I'm going to remember those colors together. That's how I ended up thinking that orange and magenta look really good together. I'm going to do kind of a peachy color on this one with more white and a little less orange in there. I'm dipping in and getting more because that lid makes it easy to mix my colors up. If I put that one in here, oh, that looks good. It kind of looks like cantaloupe to me. I keep talking about food. Maybe I'm hungry. Would I like to do this one next to this? Stop at this line? Maybe so. And when you use a warm color and a warm color and a warm color, I should do some cool colors somewhere, or maybe on that side I will. It stops with the little line from this circle, so I'm going to put a different color in there. Maybe I'll make it even lighter. Add some yellow to it. See what color that makes. Oh, it kind of looks more peachy too. I'm not sure if I love it. Oh, it is. It's very different. It looks like a peach crayon in the crayon box. Do you ever look at the colors and think, oh, I would have named this one a different color? When I was a little girl, I would look at the crayons and sometimes I put masking tape on them and made my own name of them, of things that I've seen in nature, and changed the color of the crayons. I could have been a color crayon maker. Maybe that could have been a job for me. I think I'll put some yellow with white and make it a lemony one. The yellow and white makes a lemony color. Oh, it makes it kind of sunny. It is making it another warm color. I think I'll put that one right here. Is it too close to that one? Not really. I wonder if you can see the difference on the camera. I know when we've been working from Zoom or from the Teams, you think, oh, my teacher can see one thing, but I see another. Because sometimes the camera distorts what you're seeing. Let me wash this brush. Maybe I'll use one of these watercolor ones and get in here and use a little more red. Maybe I'll make a pink for it. Mix it up. You know, it's a good idea to always start with the white and then add the color because it's hard to turn back. But I'm going to make this one pink. And I'll put it right in this big circle. Oh yeah, next to green it looks good because it makes me think of a tulip. A pink tulip with the green leaves. Do you see how I do that? I keep thinking of, well, what does this color remind me of? Now it kind of looks like bubble gum. Oh, that one looks good together. I think I'll put this with this one here. Boys and girls, tomorrow we're going to be cutting and pasting, so be sure that you bring your scissors and your glue stick or glue and any extra scraps of paper that you have, or you might want to bring a full sheet of paper to make your thing. We're making somebody wearing a fancy dress because Sonia Delani made fabrics that people made into fancy dresses. So I'll see you tomorrow where we're going to cut and paste a person in an outfit. See you then, boys and girls. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.